pep talk by the leaders, the so-called leaders, before they proceed to any destination. They should be well informed that this is what they stand for. This is what they want, how they want to operate. But another thing that triggers some of these things is the way the president reacted to the whole thing. I think for me, he didn't, say something that is meaningful to the ear of the people.
Fine. Let's agree. Let's agree, right? That maybe you are not impressed with what the president said. But the question is, when people protest, you said pep talks, right? And I agree. I think that's a good idea. But other than pep talks, right, what else could we do to tackle, looting and thieving when there's a protest?
I think I will suggest that the leader should always, be watchful about the people that are, among those crowds, the way they behave and the way they comport themselves.
Okay, all right. So a bit more planning. All right, people should be watchful. Miriam is not quicker. Miriam, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, thank you, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning, please. Welcome.
Jude, whatever comes out of this protest, I will not blame protesters, honestly. A long time notice was given for this protest. And all the organizations, even National NOA, National Agency, everybody should have been on their toes, orientating protesters, talking, going to radio stations, saying, don't do this, don't do that. And just like in Kano, someone just took advantage of the ignorance of protesters and military flags, and now they are tagging demonstrators and this and that. So whatever comes out of it, I will blame the government and all our agencies.
Okay, fine. Well, Miriam, whilst it's easy to lay the accusatory finger, no problem here. The question is, how do you tackle, looting and stuff like this when people protest? What should be done? Because you cannot stop people from protesting, all right? So what should be done?
Look, Jude, it's not too late to start the orientation process. The National Orientation Agency should be on the radio every day. Every morning before protesters go out, before they sleep, they hear this jingle. Clear the way. Do this. You have to right to protest. Orientation should be continuous. The story that the protest will be for 10 days, and they should not stop them. They are not doing anything. They are just waiting for protesters to fall prey, and they grab them. That is what I think they are doing. They just allow them to make mistakes, and they grab them and tag them and tag them and go. It is their fault. So orientation is not late. They should go ahead and start talking to them. If it means to go to their agent, so the various protest points, and before they leave, and they give them a proper counseling that don't do this, don't do that before they leave. And police should come every day. When you see that person make mistakes and they stab them and they want to tag this and they want to tag that, it is so wrong, Joe. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so we're talking about protests. Mass protests work. There's no doubt about it. All right, yeah, that's the truth. There's always going to be change one way or the other. Conversations will evolve, but there's something that's usually or that could happen that is not pleasant, and that is one, destruction of property, and sadly, fatalities, because people are looting, beating people. We're back after this break.
Nigeriainfo. Right back after this.
The season of
protests, looting, and vandalism. Now, let me read quickly from the Daily Post. The ongoing nationwide hunger protest in Zamfara, that's Zamfara State to you, right, took a violent turn on Monday as protesters blocked major roads, destroying looting properties in Gusau, the state capital. Now, it was gathered that around the roundabout area near the central police station in Gusau, the protesters clashed with police operators who tried to stop them from vandalizing and looting private and public properties. Boom! This is where we are right now. This is the fulcrum, as it were, of our conversation. That very delicate balance between your right to protest, your right to express your grievances, and you committing a crime. It's a very thin line. Now, when I watched that documentary, I talked about the LA riots of the 90s. When I watched that documentary, right, there were clips. At one point in time, the National Guard, that's basically the military in the US, right, had to be sent in to quell the riots and restore law and order. And there were obviously some positives after that, because then the government had to have more reforms. Funding was improved for police training. The judicial system was also equipped to handle cases of racial profiling and unjust treatment by constituted authority. All of those things were aftermath of that particular riot. Now, that video, there was a clip, right, of that video that showed very well-dressed people, both white, black, green, blue, purple people, all storming into different people's restaurant shops. I saw people stealing bread. White people stealing bread, stealing juices, beer, television sets. People were stealing hot dogs. People were stealing chicken. Listen, chicken. So don't think the land of the free and the home of the brave is totally guilt-free. We don't have problems. They don't devolve into the kind of things that we see around here sometimes. But it went on to show me that even those who come from very well brought up backgrounds can be taken over by the spirit of the mob. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are at this morning. How do we tackle those type of scenarios? Daniel is in LMA, and we'll get to Patrick very shortly. Daniel, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Daniel.
These two actions that is being carried out. One, the protest, and the second one, criminal acts by those people that are vandalizing government property and their own fellow citizen property, which they have labored for over the years. I think there are ways to deal with these two people. The problem with us at times is that when we make law, and if those laws are now taking their place on those people that violate the law, we people will still get one that will come out and start shouting against, why is it like this? This very clearly, it stated clearly that you have to provide enabling environment for the protesters to protest, to bring out their grievances, things that they say that it's not okay to express their feelings, which is their fundamental right. And if by doing this, we find anyone that is vandalizing another person's property or government property, the law is also there to take care of this kind of people. They are criminals. Is to arrest them and make sure that they fit the rules of the law. So there's no need of going up and down. You protect the people that are coming out to say that we don't want this. Genuinely.
Okay. More.
And you deal with people that vandalize people property.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel. Patrick is in the chair. Barine has just joined us in time. Patrick, you seem to be on the road. Talk to us.
Good morning.
Good morning, Patrick.
Sorry, I'm driving. That's why it's a noise.
No problem. I hope you're packed.
I'm calling from a chair.
Okay, go on.
There is some issues we need to tackle, like the question you asked, routine in the protest. How to tackle it?
Yes, please.
There is no movement or crowd that don't have a leader. I see that some of these protesters are saying they don't have leaders. Why are they hiding who is leading them? That means maybe there's an interior motive. There should supposed to be a leader that if anything happens, will hold the person responsible, and it will make that movement to be well organized. And also, federal government have also asked, let us come together so I can dialogue. With the crowd go there, it's a representative that will go and they represent the crowd. Please, if this protest is well organized and is with clean mind, they should provide a leader in various branches and various chapters so that if anything happens like this routine, we will know the people to hold responsible.
All right, thank you very much. Patrick, let's get to the phone lines and also join you on other social media platforms. All right, Barine is in time. Barine, good morning. Ibiso standing by from Audley Road. Barine, go on, please.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Thank you for your patience, please.
The issue of protest has been an event that is blowing everywhere. The effect is overgrowing. But though we have been looking at it as a collective view of people making a strong objections of oppressions we have been passing through all this while. And I have seen that any time protest is coming on these times around both nationally and international level, you discover that it's like a cow moving for pastures, and you see this kiwi bed on top of it, which is like when protest is moving, violence is coming behind, or maybe coming in that line form. Actually, it wouldn't have been like that, because it will be very unfair that the available we have gotten is the one we are destroying, especially when we have a strong objection that this intimidation, this harassment structures like this were not built, and some of those structures is available with us. So I look at it as an issue of pains to us in the era we are living. Even when we can realize now that it's like living in a wastage. They have put on everything in stock. Why don't release all this thing? This protest that comes or has given signal for about a month ago. If such reductions in price have been made, transportation has been made easy, community engagement. I want to tell you that entire local government, the chairman of the local government, Honorable Matthew Dike, has been engaging the youth. As you know, youth are very proud of protest and violence, and we've been engaging them with empowerment and other things. We expect this solution to go on. This is the time the churches should wake up. Prayer should go on. There should be a community incentive engagement.
Okay, all right, Brian, thank you very much. Ibiso is on Audley Road. Zion is joining us from GRA, is on the line. Ibiso, how do we tackle vandalism then during protest?
Jude, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Now, the question you asked, to me, the thing starts in a peaceful manner. And yesterday, on your news, one of the leaders was even advising that anybody that's still here will arrest the person. That they arrest 3 people that steal people's phone. Now, I want to blame the police. Why I'm blaming the police? Normally, in the protest like this, the police supposed to be there, like in a light number, guide the people that are protesting. And now, if they are going astray, the police have to, stop them. Now, Jude, go to Hyper City. This Hyper City on their branch, you see like 5 police vans in Hyper City. It's Hyper City, federal government property or state government property. You see 5 vans and minibus there. Why not these police people that are protecting Hyper City? Protect these protesters that anybody that do anything that is against what they are doing, you arrest the person. So other people that have no intention will not do such thing. But it's Hyper City they are guiding. I'm not supporting that the boys are meeting. It's not good. But if the police presence is there, and there's one or two people as an example, people will not try it. In every protest, things like this happen.
Okay. Well, Zion is in GRA. Zion, good morning to you, please. Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, the truth is, yesterday, D-Square had a discourse in the 1 o'clock hours, and that has to tie with the issue which we are discussing today. It doesn't concern us, not them, they protest. That is the number one factor that leads to vandalism. We don't want to associate because it is well with us. Not them, they suffer, we would enjoy, no concern us. So what do you expect from them?
Does that justify their actions?
I'm coming. This is not Mr. Zion political vanguard that is protesting. It is not Mr. Jude political front or NLC that is protesting. This is a nationwide protest against a common interest. As we are talking now, even multinationals are finding it difficult to work, including my company, my office, even my business centers. This thing is affecting everywhere. So in solidarity, what are we doing to avoid vandalism? It is because you did not involve them. Look at you that you are a saboteur. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Okay,
consign them, not consign
us. Fine, Zion, your point is very clear, and I think it actually addresses the base human emotion that, okay, this is affecting me, but you are not bothered because it's not affecting you. But Zion, is it not also fair to also look at the other side of the fence as those people who it's affecting them, but if they stop work at all, right? They have nothing at all. So who is going to provide for them when there's nothing? Have you thought about it that way?
Who are protesting, who is going to provide for them?
Exactly.
They are protesting for the interest of everybody.
Once again.
Let me tell you something yesterday that happened.
Yes, please.
When we are busy working, everybody was on their decks working. All my systems are on. The announcement came. They are, shut down. I'm telling you that even those inside of elevator, everybody have to leave the office because they are coming. The truth is this. I'm not encouraging that let's go and vandalize property. No. But we have the police to be there. What is the essence of the police?
Okay.
And number two, sir, you that know that these are a solidarity, what have you done? Oh, Mona, take pure water. If you know you cannot do that, can you shut down, close your office, lock your gate, everything? Sir, we have all the security apparatus in Nigeria protecting us where we are working, but we have to still lock our gate to avoid casualties because of the equipment that are there, who are so expensive and so on. See, the truth is this. Our attitude in this part of the world is that we are not fair to ourselves. Look at Bangladesh, shut down everywhere. Look at UK, Leeds, they shut down everywhere.
See those countries you just made mention of, right? Those things, that thing you just made mention of, even if you are not going to be physically present, what are you doing to support? Those businesses that you wanted to bring pure water, wanted to come and sell okpa, to some and say, is that not a business? You want them to shut down as well?
Sir, my private business is affected right now.
We agree.
As I'm talking to you, the protests, they just mentioned Aba Road, but we that have businesses in D-Line, Rumumasi, we have to shut down because we don't know when they will come. That is our solidarity. My staff may not be there, I may not be there, but in solidarity.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Adolphus is now Boloma. We have Brighton. Adolphus, please join the conversation.
Okay, my name is Mr. Adolphus Friend, and I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Go on, please.
Yes, protests going on and vandalizing people's property. These are things the government would have taken care of. Because before this time, there was 1 month's notice. But one thing, the police is not proactive to all this. They are supposed to send police everywhere. I saw police in park and some other place, but they are not with the crowd. They should increase the number of policemen on the road. And sometimes these policemen, they want these people to act so that they can arrest them and collect money from them. I know what the Nigerian police can do. They purposely want the people to vandalize property so that they can arrest them and charge them and collect money from them. They know this is the way the people used to behave. The Commissioner of Police in Rivers State or even the Inspector General of Police all over the country should have increased their number of police in strategic location, all those people guiding the rich people, stealing our money, they move with police escort, all those police should be released so that they protect the protesters. We are suffering. Now they are vandalizing people property. People that are poor, that are suffering, they are equally vandalizing. These are being caused by the government.
Okay, fine. So, Adolfo, thank you very much. So, it's caused by the government, which is why, we have to have this conversation. On one hand, Zion said you have to be in solidarity. That if you are not in solidarity, and it makes a lot of sense there, the emotions of those who are vexed are, will they try protest for everybody's sake, make things better? They're trying to do your own, right? But remember, your right to express your displeasure, right, stops at the next person's right to say, I will continue to plow on. It honestly does. It honestly does. Let me cast our minds, before we go back and read messages all over the place, let me cast our minds to when ASU goes on strike. When ASU goes on strike, does ASU come out with his professors and doctors and senior lecturers and go to a private university and tell them, shut down, we are angry? They don't do that. They're not of the same body. Now, when you talk about a general concern, such as the one that we have right now, that the entire nation is going through hyperinflation, security challenges, cost of living crisis, cost of welfare, and also health, all those things affect everybody. But if we're honest, each of these individual sectors has cushioning effect, has a way of managing themselves. Like someone made mention yesterday, if some people don't come out for a day, they won't eat. So even if they are protesting, they need to find what they are going to do to eat for that day. It's not a utopic type of scenario. We're not trying to make a utopia. But the idea is to have tolerance for everybody. Because where is the fairness or justification? Like the women and the men who cried back in the 90s when people came and vandalized their shops that they've been working on for 15, 20 years as immigrants. You come and you now want to steal from them. I did tell you what happened. You see, those shop owners now form their own group to protect their own wares. I don't think that's where you want things to go to. Bright is in Rumudubaya. Kurt is in Uniport. Bright, go on, please.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Before this protest started, the government have also let us know that they should stop this protest because of violence, because of people that will hijack it. As a person, I want to tell you that this protest lacks vision. The reason is that during the time of Jonathan, when they protested concerning increments of fuel, the protesters were in a particular place. They were singing, dancing, and eating. Even Femi Kuti was there also as one of the protesters. People like Elufai come to those places to address people. They're on the road. This is a mass protest, a nationwide protest. Why not go to all the government areas, the major roads? I'm occupied. They're moving about from one street to another, looting people's things and so on. I think for me, I would tell them to stop. They don't know what they are doing. Protests have no leader. Nobody to as a leader other than a group of persons that will come up, start looting people's things. Those people are also suffering what you are suffering. Individuals. They are not government properties or government workers. People that are selling, you are looting their properties.
Yeah, but Bright, just like Zion said and other people are saying, shouldn't you, as it were, show solidarity for the general suffering that the entire country is going through?
Yes. The only way to do it is maybe you cover within the area I stay. If it's protest, I cannot move from Miami to my trade. Why not take over the remote area?
Oh, okay. Kurt is in Uniport. We have Aloze from Ada George. Kurt, go on, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, there's nowhere, protest that will not go violent. It's of human nature.
No, there have been places where they didn't go violent.
Even if we organize an event like football, we could say football is violent, but sometimes it's no violent. Why? The defensive error from player wants to entertain you. It could be a referee error. Then the people go violent on it. That's why if I offended you now, the way and manner you address me, they make me to decide if to apologize or to carry to hell with you. You have to be diplomatic when you are addressing the people kind of like this. The president did not do well at all. He did not attend to what people are asking, even the team diplomatic of those things. It can go violent of what is headed. What I see now, and you go violent more than if there is not taken. You could have at least said one of those things they are demanding. So from time to time, I will look at it. Tell them to be patient. If I say to the hungry, I'm hungry, begin to tell me I should stop. Will God throw food up from heaven? No. India is not well. We may go violent.
Alazie is another judge. Alazie, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Jude, there is this problem in Nigeria, and I believe it is what I capture to be unclear. He know to do this and not follow. And I see this as a problem of a proper orientation to our people. And our people lack the education of free and the ideology of what democracy is all about. But he asked me, the IG said when they are meant to be on ground, to avert whatever that we call vandalization of property or public property. But the answer is like what incident that happened in the northern state. Police arrived at the scene after 15 minutes. So if you ask me, I would say that the Nigerian police was not prepared for this.
But Victor, you still haven't answered the question. Hold on. Victor, the question is, how do we prevent or forestall or tackle looting when there are protests?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
The question is, how do we forestall or tackle looting and thieving when there is a protest? We're not talking about what happened in the protest, but when it does happen, what do we do?
What we should put measures in place to avert it before it happens.
Okay.
Nigerians should start to show solidarity to those who are protesting, and the people who are saddled with the constitutional obligation to prevent that to happen should be on the mount.
You're still not getting me. So let's say that's happened like that's happened now. What should we do? I'm another judge. I'm coming to Alozie's house. Alozie never pay me my money, make him give me my money. As I come with my 3 brothers, one of them now breaks your neighbor's window. What should we do at that point so that thing doesn't continue or escalate? That's the real question.
What I think we should do is to make sure that we stop anything that will raise such things to happen. And the responsibility now goes back to the government.
Okay. Prince is in Ozoba. Prince, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Prince. Thank you for your patience.
Yes, there is another angle that you are not looking at what is happening right now. The purpose why there is a protest is because people are demanding for a better government. Now, what the president did, instead of acceding to any of the demands made by the protesters, he was reprimanding them. Now, are you not thinking that it's as a result of the address of the president that is causing these people to resort to riot instead of, because when these people started the protest, they started peacefully. Prince. And it's very obvious that this government are not willing to do anything about our demand except
Prince. Once again, Prince again. I'm not sure you're following. Now, whatever the response to the president or anybody's speech, right? It's valid to whoever receives it. Some people may not like it. Some people may like it. But the question is, you are protesting is your right. But when you start to thieve, destroy, and vandalize people's property, both private and public, it is not your right. And the question is, how do we prevent that? How do we stop that? How do we tackle that?
You should understand the fact that when people are angry, the issue of regionality does not come in at all. Now, as we are protesting right now, there are some sacrifices that is demanded by everyone, because when the benefit comes, it's everyone that is going to enjoy it. I don't know if you look at the angle I'm coming from.
I understand. See, once again, Prince, I understand that narrative. Thank you very much. You have to go on a break. I understand that narrative, but it still has not proffered the solution to the problem. On Facebook, Livingston and UK says, good morning, presenter. My views on the question is just simple. Any protest that's deviated from the original purpose of its benefit is no longer a protest. Let me say this quickly. When you vandalize and loot people's investment, it cannot be noted as a protest. If they can mobilize to go to Aso Rock and then vandalize some of their nonsense lawmakers, I'll be glad though. But not individuals that's supposed to be catering for. Not individuals. Interesting. Not that we are supportive of any vandalization, public or private. Okay. All right. Now, we'll take a breather. When we come back, we'll wrap up as I read messages. Stay tuned, please.
Nigeriainfo will be right back.
Make una listen well, Access Holdings.